Go on.
I briefly dated a crazy girl. I've dated several crazy girls, but this one takes the cake. She was one of the reasons I stopped using Tinder.
Oh, no.
So, after Aaron and I separated, went our separate ways, I went through a little phase. I was like, I'm going to try this Tinder thing. Tinder's great for your self-confidence, by the way, because every single time you get a match, you go, that person thinks I'm pretty?
Yeah.
It's great. And for all it's cool. I did meet a bunch of legitimately very cool people on Tinder. Except for this person. Let's call her Belle. We'll call her Belle.
The belle of the ball.
You the beast.
Crazy Belle. Belle started off great. Our rapport was fun. I love being able to have like little witty text conversations with people. I fucking love flirt text. I'm a huge flirt.
Yeah.
It's fun. She's great. First date, hit it off. And I'll never forget, I've never felt more bold in my life. I'd never once tried. This was like, I hadn't been on that many Tinder dates, but like, I just felt right. It felt like it was a great first date. I'll never forget, like, having a drink, and I was like, hey, you want to get out of here? And she was like, I would love that. And I was like, oh my God, it's happening. What do I do?
It's like a movie.
So smooth.
And, go back to my place. It's great. Awesome time. Great
Sex.
time. Yes. Great time. Thank you, Blaine.
Just say it. We all
You didn't need to clarify.
Intercourse. Yeah. So, went on another date, and one of the very important things,
Children.
one of the very important things about that first date was I started like it got to the point where I was like, we're having a good time, and I wanted to make my intentions clear. I said, hey, I just got out of a very serious thing, not quite ready for another very serious thing. But you seem cool. If you're down with this, just maybe some casual fun, that's cool. And if not, that's totally fine. Like, not everybody's about that. I'm not asking you to be about that. Like, I just want you to know, like, I think this was even before the first, like, we were having this talk, and she was like, totally fine. Same story for me. I'm like, cool. Everything goes well. This goes on, like, maybe, like, another week or two. But, like, every now and then we'll, like, hang out. Things are great. And then one night, she was like, it's Friday night. You, me, fucking fuck party 2015 or whatever year it was. And I was like, okay. She was
really
like
called it a
super
fuck
aggressive.
party?
It was something similar to that. It was
Okay.
she titled it something, to which I went, I would love to take part in that. And we were like, okay, cool. And I remember we were gonna make a fun night. Like, we were gonna have like PJs. We were gonna watch some movies too. We got some
the point?
drinks. Cause she was literally like, dude, let's hang out like all night.
Okay.
It'll be
Not
like
just
we're gonna
sex.
make an event out of it.
Yeah, that's cute.
And I was like,
Yeah.
cool,
I like
yeah,
this girl.
awesome. Yeah, no, she was super cool.
Yeah.
She's like, let's get some fucking bagel bites. I was like, fuck yeah, let's
Yeah.
get some bagel bites.
Mom
Yeah.
always makes big bites.
So we were having like a really good time. So we're at my apartment, we were making out. And so let me back up just a second. There were a few times prior to this where like a few slightly weird things had happened.
Little red flags.
I'd call them yellow cards. Not even red flags, just yellow cards. Or like she kept talking about her friend Ryan. How like Ryan, like she's known Ryan for years. He's so great. Like a brother to her. And I'm like, that's cool. Ryan seems like a cool dude. I don't want to get between you and Ryan. Ryan sounds great. But she kept talking about this Ryan dude. And then every now and then she'd be like, I like you. I'd be like, yeah, I like you too. You're cool. But like she said it a lot. And I was like,
Like as if she was reassuring herself.
I don't know. But it's something about the way she said it. I went, Gave her those Clint Eastwood, Donald Trump, like, the lip eyes. So we're making out in my kitchen, and she pulls back. She says, I really like you. And I was like, yeah, no, I like you too. This is one other important thing. She had mentioned that she was about to move. So like there's
Like
this,
cities or apartments?
cities.
Okay.
She's about to move to like San Antonio, which albeit isn't that far away, but it's
Yeah.
another city.
Right.
So she was like, yeah, no, this whole casual thing, totally fine. I'm about to move. I'm like, great, cool. She says, I like you a lot. And I'm like, cool, yeah. She says, maybe we could continue this thing when I move to San Antonio. And I went, maybe. And then she stopped smiling. And she went, maybe. I said, I'm sorry. I just want to make, like, this is just a casual thing, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, yeah. It's super casual.
Ooh.
That was the first red flag. I went, and then before I could say anything, she was like, anyways, she goes, anyways, where were we? And suddenly she's like, back onto perky sexy. And I was like,
yeah, that's
and
crazy.
I was like, okay. And I'll never forget, in that moment, I thought back to something that both you and Bernie told me. both of you gave me advice when I re-entered the dating scene, which was, Miles, here's how you need to tell if a girl's crazy. If she says some sort of weird, out there, hilarious joke, you need to laugh and go, you're crazy. And if she responds with, no, I'm not, she's fucking crazy.
Yeah, Bernie and I just say that.
And I thought about that moment, and I was like, surely not. So she's like, so where were we? And I was dumb and a little intoxicated and was like, we were making out. That's where we were. Things are great. She like changes into PJs afterwards, where I like put the bagel bites in the oven, pull them out. Everything's great. And then I notice she's being a little quiet, and I say, hey, is everything cool? And she's sitting on my couch, and she turns to me, and she says, you're a selfish dickhead.
Ooh.
And I was like, whoa, excuse me?
Well, I mean, you are, but what made her?
I was
that?
like, this guy, like, it came out of nowhere. I was like, excuse me? She's like, you're so full of yourself. I was like, what? As I'm holding like a tray of fucking bagel bites.
And you're
got
like,
your
apron
like, I
on.
set down the bagel bites. I was like, what did I do? She says, oh, nothing. But I mean, this is just casual, right? I was like, and I remember I was like super awkward because like, admittedly, I've never done casual,
Yeah.
right?
Like
It's a hard
it's
leap
like
to take, yeah.
I'd gone from like relationship to relationship to relationship. So this was new territory to me. So I'm already like, all right, so how did I fuck this up? What did I do? What did I do wrong?
Right.
And she goes, I'm like, what did I do to make you think that? And her response is, I'm a communications major. Like, I can just read your body language. I was like, what?
What did she say when you slapped her after that?
I did not do that. And I went, oh.
Just
and then there was
kidding. Abuse is not funny.
So I was like, all I could think to say was, I'm sorry you feel that way. Clearly I did something wrong. I guess you should probably go. And she was like, yeah, I guess so. And she like got up and fucking like smacked the fucking bagel bites like on the floor. And I'm like,
She did not.
no, she did. I remember because I had to fucking clean pizza sauce. off the
Not the bagel.
And I remember being like, oh, and in that moment, my brain went, you drove her here. Oh, fuck. So I go, you gotta go. She says, yeah, I'm just gonna call an Uber. Thus began the longest 10-minute wait of my
Why
entire
didn't
life.
she just wait outside your apartment?
Because I don't know, I'm an idiot. Like,
Yeah.
any sane person would have been like, you can fucking wait on the curb. But I was standing there with my fucking, like, bites all over the floor. Just like,
Did you
Picking 'em
start
up.
cleaning them up?
no.
Dusting
I remember
him
I
off
just,
and putting him in your mouth.
at this point in time,
he waited until after she was gone for that.
at this point in time, Miles of that moment decided to go, well, let's just do a whole post-mortem on this thing and find out what went wrong.
No.
So I lean, I go, okay, can you please explain to me what has happened? She goes, oh, what has happened? We would never work. I'm like, I thought this was a casual thing. And again, she goes back to casual. She'd been drinking. We've both been drinking a bit.
Yeah.
And she's like, please, fucking, you wouldn't make fucking bagel bites for someone you're just casual with. And I remember thinking like, I would make bagel bites for anybody because bagel bites are fucking delicious. Thank you very much. I'm like, I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know if I'm giving off date vibes. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm new to this. Like, what the fuck? She turns away and she's like, love is bullshit.
Wow.
She goes, my dad's cheated on my mom and they're still together and they hate each other. And I'm just like, where is this coming from? Like, I don't know what to say. Inside, I'm thinking, where is this coming from? But I'm awkward as fuck. I'm just like, okay. And she goes, but I love Ryan. What? At this point, my couch might as well be a fucking therapy session. She's like, I love Ryan. We've always loved each other and we're going to be together. And I'm like,
Jesus
but you just said love
Christ.
doesn't exist. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know what to do with you. There's bagel bites on my floor. Like, and it was just, it's just getting worse and worse. And she just starts venting about shit that like, I feel like she's been repressing her entire life. And then finally she goes, my ride's here. See ya. And she leaves. And I'm just like,
You'll never
that
find
was
out
the
what you did
worst.
wrong.
That was the most uncomfortable I've felt in years. Oh my God. Fucking clean up my bites. I remember like the few that she hadn't knocked off, I ate.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I texted Kara, I was like, dude, the craziest fucking thing just happened. And like talked about it and whatever. The next day,
Oh, shit.
that morning I woke up to a text and it was, hey, I left my pants at your place.
Fuck.
They're like my favorite pants.
Burn them.
I know things got a little heated last night, and I'm sorry, but could I please get those pants back?
She wants to talk about heated, burn the pants.
And I was like, because again, I'm dumb. I was like,
You should have been like,
she
what
knew
pants?
she knew where I worked too. So
Liar,
like, 'cause
liar,
she like
pants
she
on
worked in
fire.
a very similar area. So I was like, sure, come by. I'll meet you outside the gate. I'll give you your fucking pants. She's like, okay, cool, thanks. So I like pack up the pants. I go to work, and she's like, yo, I'm here. And I walk out and I meet her. I'm like, hey, I give her the pants. And I turn to walk away, and she says, hey. And I turn around. And she says, I feel like I owe you an apology. I got a little weird last night. I'm like, it's fine, whatever. It's fine. She says, yeah. Anyways, if I'm ever in San Antonio, give me a call. And she drove away, and I immediately took out my phone, pulled out her number, and relabeled her Crazy Bell. So I will never, ever, 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 ever respond to that number if she ever calls or texts me ever again. And that is the
Wow.
craziest person I have ever dated. Or like not even dated, it was just like,
It was
but
it was
like,
casual.
Saw, yeah.
it was casual.
It was casual.
Was it? Oh, super casual. It was like, man, that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
That was a nightmare moment that will haunt me for the rest of my days.